We started in 2001 making this record, and we wanted to do a couple demos and then get right into the final recordings. I guess it all turned out to be something we didn't expect.
Yes. Oh, this looks great. This is where it is. This is perfect. Thank you.
What I was saying was, I really believe that the world is going to let you guys redefine yourselves, and people will see you. People will see you as this band that they knew as little kids, you know, and they'll go like, "Wow, they're kind of the shit." You know, it'll be hip. You see what I'm saying? Like Spin Magazine will go like, okay, they're dope. Because if you pick songs based on you think they're gonna be a hit, right? It's just, you know, you just became a corporate commodity. The world's not gonna forget. You're not gonna go away. The impact that you've made is strong enough. So get up and go.
I just kind of did a little spillage, sort of. It's okay, we can keep going. Get up and go!
The first thing we did was record demos. We already had a bunch of songs written, but to start recording, we needed the go-ahead from Jeff Finster, the head of A&R at Island Def Jam.
I don't know, it's too hard to... Won't you look to me like all I want, some love and free? So look to me like all I want, a little free. I don't know, it's like it's a little more vague. Sorry. I guess I'm a fan of vague. Hey look, as long as you can sing it, it's all that matters. I salute you. Okay, let's go.
When we first met with Jeff Finster, we brought him 4 songs and said, here's the music, we really want to move things along. His reaction was, go write some more maybe try co-writing.
Something like, I don't know what to say, but I don't know what to say, but I don't know where to begin. Something like that. I know what to say, but I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but there's no
Don't know where to begin.
I know what to say, but
There's no where.
But don't know where to begin. I know what to say, but don't know where to begin. But that's worse. I know what to say, but don't know where to begin. He's letting go. He's saying. Well, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's not.
He's saying, can't you see?
This could be the combination. He's not letting go. He's saying, can't you see that you're smothering me? And now that you don't. Hey, Zach, you're really aggressive. I've got to yell through this wall thingy, okay, man?
You guys get along great. Like, I can't believe, like, you can do this. Like,
no one else is aggressive.
It's unique to get 3 people to, like, agree on lyrics. I mean, you should know that. It's like, you get along pretty good.
Waking up this morning thinking this can't be real. They say there is nothing love can heal. Why don't you come on down so you can feel what I feel? Feeling all alone in this place, even though you're here face to face. There is nothing down but there's something wrong. Can't you see? I'm stuck here alone.
I have to say, this is by far the most successful co-writing session I've ever had.
Really?
Never, like, is it easy to come up with something that's, like, kind of good. I don't think.
During this window of time, the continuing mantra was, nothing's happening, I guess we'll just keep pushing. What began to come down from Finster and IDJ was, we don't think you guys are ready, but if you want to get in with producers, there's a couple of guys we want you to work with. One of those guys was Bob Marlette. It turned out we really liked Bob Marlette, but what was really happening was we were being coaxed into working with a person that was really sort of a messenger from Island Def Jam.
We just need to make sure that we open the agenda up for everything that needs to take place. Believe me, I'm not trying to belabor the point here, but one song will literally make the rest of your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
So trade them all in and write me one song. Don't worry about the 299 other songs. Give me one song, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the hardest part, is because you're in the motion. You're like, listen how great this song is. Listen how great this song is, right? But that's not what it's about. It's about that one song where everybody uniformly goes, whew, bingo, goal, we're off to the races. It's that simple. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Zach, I'd wait.
We wait for the snare.
I wouldn't bring any snare in until at the end of the first verse.
Yeah.
You know how we kind of go when we go to the.
Always be that way.
Exactly. Right after, that's when we go to the snare. Right after that line. That's the line that says, okay, that's okay. We know what the hook is now. The
Hold on. Zach, just come in the way that you felt like coming in. Because you're killing the song. You're killing the energy. Like, stab me in the heart.
I'm not killing
the song just died.
He's not gonna come in like that on the first verse yet, okay? Not on the very first verse, dude, because you've got to have somewhere to build.
It feels good, though.
Dude, it feels great. That's why the second verse. That's gonna be the second verse.
You're wrong, dude. You're totally wrong. Just do what feels right, because what you need is you need momentum. And the problem is, if you don't get the drums in there,
Dude,
then you'll never, and nobody will ever listen to the
Dude,
song.
just trust me. okay? He's gonna, no, I'm not saying he's not gonna play the drums, I'm just saying don't play that. Don't play that yet.
At some point, it really has to feel huge. It's gotta be just.
Don't screw up what we just did. It's like, that was so cool.
But you understand what I'm saying? There has to be a place.
At some point it'll be
where
like huge.
it has to
Just
feel
like-
like it's like you two in a stadium. We're not saying out of control.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Start from the top and let's just shape it out.
See you in my dreams, and you are so fair. I've tried so hard to find you, but you were never there. Always be that way, no matter what they say. Always be that way, no matter what they say.
Dude, that's gonna be phenomenal.
Dude, can you grab me the
I
manual?
love the shape of that.
It's such a that's totally amazing. I mean, it's like this.
Yeah.
The song never got what it. I don't know. We never got there, but that is like, it's so different that it's just like.
It's like, Jeff, we found the sound. We found it.
So the last communication with Bob's manager is, hey guys, I don't think the label is as into getting an album out as you guys are. Just high sign FYI.
Hey, for what it's worth, Chester said something a little bizarre, I think, in a sense, that he wasn't worried in the least of finding a producer, or the production of the record. The only thing he's concerned about is that he got the song so that the company is excited and the company feels they can kill for it, and that he won't get a brick wall of radio again.
And as far as you can tell, you believe him that he would be willing to go with it if he heard of the lead song, and as far as you can tell, that he really is sincerely saying that.
I would say so.
He wants to be convinced that he can get it on radio. He wants to be convinced that it is, as he would say, and as we would probably say too, undeniable.
And I'll go back and say what I said about when I got the track. I think the tracks you guys did with Bob are great. I think everybody, label, us, you guys, everybody all feel the pressure for this one to succeed. And so I think that's going to make us all second guess things a little more. So I think really we have to make a decision. I think everybody would change their colors, like Taylor said, as soon as they felt like there was a hit song.
You know, we may want to consider the idea of buckling down and make a record.
Really leave that up to you guys to make the call, because really, if you just pull back and look at it, there's not a huge amount of difference time-wise.
I don't feel like we have all the time in the world. No, I don't. And I don't think approaching it like we can make all of our judgments thinking we have all the time in the world is the right perspective. Even though you want to make the right record, I don't think sitting back like we are rulers of the world, we can make all the slow decisions we want to is the right perspective.
I just wish that they got it. Why don't they get Up and Go? I just
We're
don't
on
know
a rap
why.
label with the creator of Britney Spears and the Backstreet Boys as our A&R guy. What the heck do you expect? It's like only, this is what we imagine the worst experience of our lives.
That is awesome. Steve?
Just delete that last message.
It's garbage.
We continued to write and record music, and also had an engineer that we had worked with in the past come in to just keep stimulating the process, thinking we would take it to Finster and he would actually get it.
I can tell you one thing,
So you guys are you're going to be going to France very soon to do some writing.
Yes, we are actually writing right now.
We've been writing, songs since the tour
Since I was
ended.
7, actually.
Yeah,
You're right.
you were 7.
You're writing a long time.
long writing trip. That's all it is.
At this point, we've presented a bunch of songs, but Finster keeps telling us to write more, write more. So what we decided to do was we got together with some other songwriters, and we were confident that we were going to come up with something that the label could understand.
1, 2, 1. This is the last time, baby, that I let you go. This is the last time, baby, that I let you go. This is the last time, baby, that I let you go.
Right on, right
Yeah,
on.
I don't think you.
Wonder what you do like a dive.
It's kind of hard to just do it.
Okay, let's hit it. Here we go.
You were looking for somebody. Je t'ai trouvé, tu m'as tombé. You were needing a love like me. Je t'aspirais, tu existais. I will never love
Write this down.
Yeah. Scoot it up, son.
Hey, you're a good singer, man. Hey, man, you're a good singer.
Guys, it's really, really beautiful. It's gorgeous. We're just sort of at a turning point. I feel like the label is psyched, and that's great, and they are positive. We've got Jeff's attention. We've met with a lot of people at this point. I think we pretty much have it narrowed down to the few. We've met. It's obviously it's not Matt Wilder. It's almost definitely not Pat Leonard. Very, very unlikely that it's going to be Glenn Ballard. Mitchell is of course very interesting. We like Mitchell a lot. It's not Bob Marlette. And then there's Greg, who we really have a lot of excitement about. Obviously, it's Mitchell and Greg who are the contenders in our minds. But, there's just that thing, whether Mitchell, I'd like to have an open discussion with Jeff.
Tomorrow because he's not.
I'd like to have
at
an
the
open
same point you are.
Huh?
He's not at the same point you are.
Oh, I know. He still wants to hear a song.
Yep.
It's time to go down, down, down. I can't love anymore. A Superman's covered in rust. All of my dreams gone bust. I'm falling down, stuck in this rut. Falling up, 'cause I'm falling far enough.
so much.
After more than 23 demos, we finally felt like we were gaining momentum with Fenster. So we flew to New York to have meetings with the label to try and get them to sign off on working with producer Greg Wells.
New York's the battle of the cameras. Say hello. Hello. When I'm making my movie, baby, you keep saying no, my line. Hey. Punch that in and just have it go boom, boom.
What do you want to play there? What do you want to play in that moment?
I would say boom, boom, tss, boom, boom, tss.
Like I would hit like floor tom and be like, no, you need a snare on that backbeat. You got to give us a snare on the backbeat. Boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. Absolutely, yeah. There's gonna be a big. That's the part. That's the part.
We met Greg Wells at the Castle in France, and there was just a good feeling about who he was. We wanted to make the record with Greg, and we felt he was a talented guy, and he had the right vision for where we were going.
Just don't walk away, 'cause I got you on tonight, and I've got something to say. Yeah. Waking up this morning thinking this can't be real. They say there was nothing love can't heal. Why don't you come on down so you can feel what I feel?
There was a lot of pressure on the songs we did with Greg because he was the guy we wanted the label to sign off on.
There's definitely moments where it feels great at the same time. I wouldn't mind taking like a minute break and then listening to it.
Dude, is that good enough?
What?
That was not good enough to me.
This?
No.
Well, we're gonna embellish.
I know, but the overall thing is not good enough to me. I hate to do this, but I'm really not satisfied with the sound of the drums.
I think if you can be more specific as where you want to go with this, that would help everyone.
Okay.
Because it can go several different ways. This is. Just dry drums, no room. Okay?
To me, you know, when that's on, that feels really good. I can't imagine how that could feel a whole lot better. Yeah, there's like certain fills, there's definitely moments when it falls apart, but
Yeah, well,
as a whole.
I think it would be stupid to just say, okay, let's go scratch. Let's go start from scratch right now. I think we've got to give this the benefit of the doubt, and we've got to sit with it, and we've got to see what we have.
I don't completely agree with you.
On the song?
No. I would actually say I would much prefer that we just do it another way. I don't particularly like the feel of it. I think it's speeding up too much. I'm the one who's saying that. Okay. He doesn't have a crummy attitude. I'm just worried that it's speeding up.
Hey, that's great. If you don't, that's fine.
We talked about, you know.
Can't you see?
That was so great.
That was a great take.
That was a great take. I don't know what happened, but we sound like a different band right now.
Yeah, well, I would put a star next to that one because that was really dang
It
good.
was really incredible. I mean, even though we didn't get the double chorus, we can deal with that.
Recording was going great with Greg. We had finished 3 songs that we were really excited about. We hoped that Fenster would just get excited enough about it to let us finish the record with Greg.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Well, thanks. I'm confused. Who's on the phone right now? Is Sterling?
Sterling and Jeff.
Sterling and Jeff. Everybody's on the whole gang.
I have a number of things to talk to you guys about.
Okay.
Starting with the 3 songs that I've heard so far, Greg.
Yeah.
You know, I think honestly, Dancing in the Wind was always a song that doesn't even need to be on the album. I think underneath, I think there's some very nice things about the arrangement, but my basic problem with it is that it kind of drags and plods along right now. Hey, I think is better, and I think this is a good version of the song, but not an amazing one. You know, at this point, I don't think we're nearly as strong as we were on the last record.
Jeff?
I promise to be honest with you, and that's honest.
That's honest. Well, I mean, I think you'd have to understand our position if what we just heard completely enrages us. I mean, to be honest, you have 23 killer songs.
But we don't have an album. So now this leads you to a combination of my listening things again to getting some feedback from Glenn and John Shanks. John actually is very into this. I was very excited about working with you guys, and I got that same sense with him. That we don't have you know, an album's worth of songs that will combine to make a great record. Glenn was even less impressed with the material. Glenn's feeling is that the best thing to do would be for you guys almost start from scratch. You know, he felt that it wasn't a step forward artistically.
Is he saying it's too pop? Is he saying it's not moving forward towards the rock side? It's not. Is it not modern enough? Is it not fitting in radio format right now?
Yeah, he may. I mean, I don't think he's articulated it.
So we're gonna move forward on a record with an unarticulated statement.
What would articulating that feeling? How would that?
Because if he wants to make Britney Spears or if he wants to make Limp Bizkit, that changes our perspective on what record we're doing. That feels a lot like old HANSON to me, and I'm wondering whether in your head, if that is maybe where you're going, and we're trying to go in a direction which is more organic than that, and maybe that's part of our problem. We're not afraid of working with Glenn Ballard, but the idea of writing an album from scratch sounds insane. There are so many good songs here, and I say that we don't have an album is shit.
You need to listen to the last 4 songs that we sent you, and if you don't get it, you don't get the band.
My instinct here is that we have good things, but that we're not even at the point where we were on the last record.
You're talking about the last record and where the last record was? You were not even there when the songs were picked. We had already written the songs. We were in the studio getting ready to go.
We so are trying to get where you're coming from, and so help us out here. I mean, we do not know what to tell you when you tell us after we've written song after song and devoted so much effort into getting inside of your head. And our focus has been every day, how do we get Jeff Finster, how do we get you to feel a part of this music? Jeff, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do with what you've told us? Because we're frozen in a flabbergasted state.
What I want you to do is, I would like you to work with John, kind of give it your best, and be open to him.
if you want us to work with John Shanks and dive in, then that's what we're gonna do. But you gotta understand our extreme frustration, and I think we all need to sit down and talk face to face.
I want to keep the process moving forward. That being said, with putting all my cards on the table, you are the artist, I'm not. You know, let's give it a shot as we did with Greg Wells, and let's see where it takes us.
Okay.
Well, here we go. We gotta get back to working. Thanks for your time, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks.
Got it, guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't feel myself today. Just a figure in a big Monopoly game. Struggle is the price you pay. You get just enough just to give it away. I'm sinking but I'm floating away. Throwing me a line so I can anchor my pain. The fabric is about to fray. The fabric is about to fray.
He's like, I didn't want to throw this all at you at once, but I figured I might as well just, if you have the time, I'll just throw it all at you, what I'm thinking.
He spent
Basically, I'm
20
thinking we
minutes
have nothing.
basically telling us that we couldn't write a song, and that John Shanks and Glenn Ballard thought so too.
Well,
And that we didn't have an album for the material,
that's not
and that
quite
Dancing in the
accurate.
Wind was not even a contender in the record, that Hey was weak,
I do think
and
he
that
started off
Underneath
with
was
Dancing
weak
Like stuff
too.
was pretty- The way he brought it up was so like cut you off of the knees.
I mean, let's listen to his opinions. I mean, and let's analyze his opinions and see.
He doesn't have an opinion.
He said he felt like the Underneath was a little slow. He said there were parts of it that he really, really liked. He said that Hey was good and it was groovy and he liked the groove a lot.
Jeff's opinion changed when Glenn Ballard told him we have no songs. Because
months
before
ago,
he said, I think
songs.
we have 7 songs that should definitely be considered for the album or something like 3 months ago. And then he completely changes his mind.
All that matters right now is to alleviate whatever is wrong. We need to
Or
neutralize
is
it in a way to get it to.
Well, is that the goal, or is the goal to take this opportunity and produce the record yourselves?
If we produce the records ourselves, it will be buried.
I think he doesn't want to get into a bickering situation. I think he feels like, okay, we gave him Greg Wells, we gave him 4 tracks of Greg Wells, why won't they just go do 2 tracks of my guy now? And I think he just feels like, you know what, I don't want to battle, this battle doesn't need to happen. If that's what they want.
Because I think it's really interesting the way all 3 of you immediately were like, no, we don't want to produce ourselves because we'll never get it out like that.
Because now we know that. Now we know that.
Well, but I think you knew that also all along, but I know many, many times conversations have drifted to, gosh,
in the
we
beginning.
can only produce it ourselves. Yeah.
In the beginning, but now, after we were told by Jeff, there's no way I will ever give way to a record that Hanson produces. It's pretty much, well, okay.
What he said was, they'll either prove me wrong or they'll prove me right. And you know that Jeff will do everything in his power to make sure he's proved right.
It's such a bummer that we get made the bad guys because we want to have a say in our music. The question is now, what's our plan? What are we doing? Are we finding a way to get around Jeff? Are we
I don't think
appeasing
there is
Jeff?
a way. I think the options are to get around Jeff, or to go do it yourselves.
Which is
he
pretty much not an option.
He gave the option. He's perfectly. He
Well,
said
I
he
think
actually
started one option even more than that, to be dropped.
dropped.
You guys could, he said to us, is this a subversive way for these guys to want to be dropped from this label? Do they not like it here? I'm trying to figure out why there seems to be such this underlying friction between me and them. What is it? Do they want to be dropped?
If you're dropped, I bet you they just do everything they can to put like the biggest negative spin on possible, and that everybody else will be like, huh.
Oh, no.
They'll make you out
Those
to
aren't
be
even
like-
options. I just want you to hear you guys voice that. Those aren't even options. I mean, everybody agrees with that, right? Those aren't.
And then produce it yourselves. Just I'll say, like, if you came up with the perfect Grammy Award-winning
It wouldn't
record,
matter.
they would do everything in their power to make sure it never saw the light of day.
But to me, I think the key is to help Jeff forget that conversation. Is to just alleviate it, just eliminate it, and just get past it so that we're not pissing people off. Because, oh, look, this is what we know. He doesn't get what we get. All we have to do is, like we thought before, we have to find some way to get him to think this is good and he's excited about this. Whatever it is that makes him think, oh, I'm excited.
If something's going to compel Leo to open that checkbook and write the $750,000 worth of checks he's going to have to write to get your record on radio.
I think, look, I know right now the move is, this is like a Britney Spears moment. We need to go and we need to work with John Shanks. That's it.
Welcome to Breakdown for the first time.
definitely needs a something.
Well, just do a shake. Well, let's let him try it.
But not that he should be playing 16ths, you know, but
Yeah.
Otherwise it's gonna get a little sloshy.
Well, first of all,
That's
the
my
eights are
fear.
gonna come from.
Yeah, but it's having, okay, it's starting to sound a little, just in that pass, and even on the demo to me, it sounded a little, you know, it's not even that, it's just it has a quarter note feel, which is not as exciting.
It's like,
especially because it's the hook, you know, it's the whole, you know.
So I'm just thinking, if you start with the hi-hat, then you'll all have to keep the hi-hat in all of a sudden.
Right, which might be good.
Well, I mean, you can try it. It's different than, I mean, classically you'd think that made sense.
Just let me help you. You have a vision, and I want you to feel like you got your vision, and then it's like, you know, or we can combine the two, because...
Let's combine the two.
Okay, good.
I disagree.
Really?
Yes.
You just like
I
the
think
boom
it's signature. I think it's like really cool. I think it's like nobody does that. Nobody starts with that kind of a beat and no hi-hat, and like that's just totally unique. It's like a selling point. Like you start with that bass and this drum beat with no hi-hats. Like, bah, bah, bah.
No, I agree with that.
Bah, bah. It's like, wow, that's cool.
Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. Nobody's ever, you know, there's another example of, if you're going on that theory.
Yeah.
That's how
Well,
that
you know,
starts.
I'm
Born
like
in the
going
USA.
for it.
That's how that starts too. So, which is cool.
Yeah.
I get the point.
We had finished a couple songs with John Shanks, but if we had spent much more time with him, I think someone would have ended up in a fist fight. So, in an effort to keep things moving, we decided to try working with Glenn Ballard.
Yeah, that one seems really single-oriented.
Yeah.
Let me play
What
it.
was that
That's
called?
called Strong Enough to Break.
That's great. That one's so strong.
We love that song. And
Yeah.
this has been our big struggle with one thing with Jeff, and I don't want to say too much, but
No, it's okay, man.
But
it's all in confidence.
Jeff
Jeff has his opinion like the artist is a dispensable item, and that a producer or a writer or something to that effect is the only thing that must be better than the artist, because the artist, or in our case, he kind of keeps hinting like, you know, we're what's wrong with our music.
Breakdance is like a single to me.
Yeah.
That
Well, and-
Yeah. Strong enough to
Strong enough to break.
Yeah. Another break. That was
It's-
also our dilemma with like two break
it's just-
songs. But
Those two definitely to me have they're doing something memorable and special, and that really works. So
yeah,
those seem like single potentials to me.
Down, my friend, feeling you round all again. Oh, I'm feeling you round my fall. I'm taking you down all over again. I'm being slow, I'm taking my own sweet time. I'm taking my own sweet, I'm making it slow. I'm taking my own sweet time. I'm taking my own sweet time.
To me, that's you know, like all the elements of HANSON in the new millennium, because it's funky on the bottom. You know what I mean? It's got the elements of that. It's got, you know, pretty jangly guitars. It's major key and it's feel good, but it's got a little element of dark in it as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Trying to keep
It's
it a little dark.
Little dark and
We just got to really
Suck
focus on the lyric more
Yeah.
than
Sure.
anything, and so you don't have to sing it as much. You know?
all the yeah, I mean, we have
Phonetically,
recordings
if
of
we
it.
can translate that into English,
Yeah.
it'll feel good.
the guitar part's really that.
Thanks.
I love that simple.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually,
You can jingle jangle me, you know what I mean, till the fucking cows come home, you know?
No,
talk about that song because there's one that's already written.
Well, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but you know, there's certain songs that are like really close to being done, and we're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
we
you
don't
should-
necessarily want, to make those.
I don't want to write it with you. I just want to get something that everybody says this is the thing.
Sure, yeah.
And
That's the way
whatever
we
the song,
feel
if the song comes from something that we create together, otherwise, don't play it for me. I mean, I don't want to.
Sure.
I'm not asking so that we can write it together. I'm asking to see if there's a song there that I can help arrange and put together. That's only.
Right. I try to say it in the most delicate way possible because it's.
That's totally cool. I mean, you'll find from me that doesn't. I'm not interested in that.
Let me tell you what I detected as an issue. Glenn, I believe he feels that you guys are questioning him on almost everything that he's doing. Feels really positive about you guys, but he's saying, and he's a very wealthy person, and this is more all labor of love and pleasure.
Yes.
So if things become too deep, it becomes too difficult.
Basically, the first time we've heard any negativity like this is due to a second party.
We've felt like we were very much leaves in a river, which is kind of interesting. That
then I'm confused.
Well, I think the concept of Glenn charging $300,000 for 4 tracks is ridiculous.
We tried working things out with Glenn, but we were getting no passion at all from the label.
Broken angel, gotta learn to fly. Well, get up and earn your wings tonight.
What the heck are we doing? You should be at A&M recording this for real and say, Jeff, screw you if you don't get this. So damn good. It's just crazy.
I know. It's okay because look, you know what? In the end, it's like it might all work out for the best because this gives Jeff, it gives Jeff the opportunity to be like, oh, I hear the rough recording. I hear it. No, it's great. I love it. I love it. If we to hear those words out of his mouth means so much.
It's killing me.
Dude, I know. It's killing me too. It's been. Look, the ones that win are the ones that survive, okay? The ones that win are the ones that get through the bullshit. The ones that win are the ones that put it down and record it and get it out to the A&R guy and get it heard and get him excited and make the record despite of all the frustration.
I wanna just do this record in spite of everything that Jeff Finster is saying because he's wrong.
But dude, we all know that. I know. You know what it is? The way you keep reiterating it, I start all of a sudden feel like a traitor or something. But it's not about that. It's not about
but it is.
Look, this is all it's about. All it's about is this is a really cool song. Okay, this is a really cool song, and every other song we've done is a really cool song, and they all sound really good. And despite all of our frustrations, we'll look back on it and go, it sounds really good. Just remember, every time you start being frustrated, just remember Middle of Nowhere. Remember how frustrated we all were. But we all look back and we go, okay, we ended up making a great record. But there was incredible amounts of frustration. Beyond.
Yeah.
I know, and this is a different thing, but it's just the same thing in a different era of our lives. So, you just have to keep your eye on the ball. Here's where we are. Jeff really doesn't have any direction for the record, and he really needs us to show him one. So where we are is, I'd like to go to him and say, look, we've got to finish a record, whether you think we have the single now, or whether you think we have the single after we finish the rest of the record. We've got to, for our own sanity and for the sake of the record, we've got to move it forward, and that would mean us and you. First off, maybe you coming here and sort of powwowing with the music, and then just getting off to a good start.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a concerted effort by everyone to get it past Jeff. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure.
We go 2, 3, 4.
It's terrific. It's got the energy back. You know what I mean? It's just like fun,
Caffeine,
cool.
you know.
Caffeine and
Caffeine
cigars.
and crack.
I mean, I don't know at this stage if that is the one. So.
Jeff, don't be a stranger. We want this, your input.
Thank you.
This.
I will not be a stranger. I promise you.
Hello, this is Isaac Taylor and Zach Hanson calling to see if Jeff is around.
Lads, he's actually in a meeting.
Okay.
And, but we did receive the package. I put it on his chair today.
Okay.
So it did arrive, and I am writing your name down.
Hello, Michael, this is Isaac Taylor and Zach Hanson.
Hey, lads, how are you?
Hey, very good. Is Jeff available by chance?
Currently in a meeting right now, which should be writing it down pretty soon.
Okay.
Well, just have him give us a call back as soon as he can.
Hello, this is Isaac Taylor and Zachary Hanson trying to get a hold of Jeff Fenster.
I apologize, lads. He's actually on an aircraft right now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Okay.
But you're down. Hello.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, senor.
How are you guys?
We're doing pretty well.
I think that the songs that came out of the Lorone thing, are good Hanson songs. I think these songs kind of to me, first of all, start, bringing some of the various things that we have to start, shaping a Hanson album. But I was also thinking about what, this elusive single might have to be. Anything that's kind of a normal up-tempo pop rock Hanson kind of song. Unless we stumble into something amazing, it's almost like anything.
It wouldn't matter how good it is, it's still going to be judged within a certain characteristic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Umbop, for example, which is a classic record that just kind of happened.
Yeah, well, in fact, it's absolutely going to be compared to that. And
So I've been thinking about, I don't think we have it in those songs that are different, like Breakdown and Underneath being probably, the example of things that are really good but are different.
Yeah.
But it might have to be something more along those lines than the sunny, normal kind of Hanson song.
Yeah.
So, in other words, what you're saying is you think it may be something slower.
It may be something slower or just something with a different edge. If you're going to pop radio at all, you're spending $500,000. That first song needs to be more than a bunt.
Look, okay, what did Bob Marlette say? What did John Shanks say? What did Greg Wells say? What have we been saying from the beginning? You have to come a little out of left field, and honestly, none of us have ever been incredibly excited about Umbach Squared because we always felt like more mellow was the way to go.
Basically, now he's saying exactly what he said was not possible because no way you can do about it. Done.
Yeah.
Now it's like, something mellower, darker. He's trying to like bounce around the word ballad so he doesn't have to say it.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
How are you?
Good morning. Are we making a record?
I think we made part of a record already.
Yeah.
What we should probably do at this point is, go ahead. I told Aroni to get me a budget, but I was clear with him, as part of that process, if we don't really have what we need for the first single, at least we feel like we have an album and we can just focus on doing that one thing.
Just when it seems like we finally have the support of the label, Finster tells our management that the budget's out of control and we can't work with Lorone. We continue to work on songs just to keep things from coming to a standstill.
Like, can we get you in for deeper in the deeper part?
And I'm falling deeper and deeper and deeper.
Super close. Can I get you right after the break, the first breakdown chorus? Can I get you from that chorus out?
My voice is toasted. I can't sing those high notes anymore.
I think it's all in your head.
I wish it was. It's not.
I think you're jumping the gun. I think.
No, I'm not. It just doesn't feel right.
No, but sometimes you and your I feel the same way about stuff. You think doesn't sound good or whatever, but
Just start the friggin' song over again, because I'm not gonna get it right, because
the front of it is really good. You can get it.
And I'm feeling
Nice.
One more.
Nice. Sorry.
friggin' pitch challenge over here. You know what the real problem is? I'm not good at faking things, so it's like I can't fake getting into it to get myself into it.
I know. That's cool.
The verse sounds all like, neato and nice and all this, and then the chorus is way exaggerated, and I can't find the middle ground. Because I don't have anything to base it off of.
Ike, it really sounds good. I wish you could get that through your head. You sound good. Song sounds good. Ike!
It's not that simple.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It doesn't feel right to me.
Can you just pull the pickle out of your booty and sing?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Cool. Through this whole struggle, we are driving and pushing to make progress. But after almost 7 years of working together, our management company tells us they're folding and they can no longer manage us.
lonely. But as long as we're together, we can always only be misery.
I feel really not sure of the material.
Of the material?
Of the material.
What do you mean?
Because I'm just sitting here going, does this stuff have a chance? And I'm sitting here not sure whether it does. It's just so lightweight.
What's lightweight?
I just feel like our stuff feels like Diet Coke.
But you can say that in a less defeatist way. You're just like saying that the material sucks. It does not.
Hello, Jeff Finster speaking.
Do you have an opinion? Where's your brain? What are you saying? I mean, what does that mean?
It's so freaking homogenized, and I don't want to get.
It's
more
not
homogenized.
You keep saying that it's homogenized. You're making this believe this thing in your head. What do you keep saying homogenized over and over and over? No one's telling you that. No, there's no sense of homogenization. What is that coming from?
I don't know. It's just something about it just feels really like.
I don't know. By the way, when you look at it, you'll never love the music, your music,
the same way
you love someone else's.
I wish we could just scrap it all and start over.
Okay.
Just because.
Just so you got a warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach?
Just so we can get it. Just so we. I mean, yeah. Well, if you want to put it that way, maybe.
Yes.
But it's because it's not new and fresh. It's old news.
Only to you. Only to you.
No one else has heard this.
So I was told that we're very nearly tapped out on the recording budget.
Yes.
But I'm also want to make sure that we're not speeding. So I don't want you guys to run around right now and to do anything until I get a real handle on where the economics are. Do you guys feel comfortable about the label?
You know, Lior, I think we've had a pretty grueling album experience. I think Jeff is kind of, not to point fingers too much, but I think Jeff has failed to get excited enough to motivate the process towards any specific end. And I think we could have finished a great record a long time ago.
We've just felt like we've been pushing uphill the whole record, trying to do anything.
And no one is a companion with you on our end, is what you're saying.
Basically,
well, let me be very clear about something.
Yeah.
We value you guys on our roster and value for our record company experience. Period. End stop. But there are some artists that need tortured and ask us to torture them because they need the pain and the gray and the blackness.
This is my concern, and this is based on my experience.
Yeah.
At some point, I think it's going to be really important for you guys to put your foot down, and I'll tell you why. You're dealing with people that they think they know what a hit is, but they know what a hit record is, not what a hit demo is. You know, at some point, if you feel like you're getting to be a little bit like the hamster in the wheel, and you start to get discouraged,
yeah,
at that point, I think you're going to have to really forcibly put your foot down and say, look, we believe we can go in, just give us a chance. Because if you're looking for the moment where they say, man, you've got it, go get it, and all that kind of stuff, it may not come.
Finally, we just said the only way that we're going to finish this record is to forget about Jeff Finster and just do it on our own.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Great, thanks.
This is the way we're seeing it, Lior, is sort of like, if you think of it as a sports game, we're the players trying to take the ball now. So you understand, we are booked in a studio to get rolling. On this in just a few days, starting on Friday. But in order to get this record wrapped up, we're gonna have to stay right on track. And if we don't get in the studio and do this thing, then it won't happen.
But 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5.
In this case, it does. It's weird.
It doesn't equal 5.
It's like that one was like 2 + 2 equals 3.
Psychedelic sandwich.
It seems to me that our options, our only real options at this point is Kovac.
I think Alan could indeed pick up the phone and talk to any radio consultant or programmer and get something done.
Would you mind if I came after Tay and you chopped all my hair off?
This whole idea of just going to get the system, you know, know, we're here.
Well,
what's really gonna happen?
There's so many great songs on this record that, you know, I'm getting really excited about, you know, being able to get this thing going.
What I'm really trying to do is sort of surround Leor with a worldwide commitment. And I'm meeting with promoters and I'm talking to them about how we want to, you know, build this thing.
I think, you know, did a great job with the additional production, and the mixes sound great, and it sounds really good, and it sounds like a next step, like an evolution. It rocks. I think everybody did a great job from one listen, but what do I know? I can't hear shit.
And that's really all we're trying to accomplish with Fenster. Is he going to let the record company and then the audience vote, or are we still in A&R hell? And if we're in A&R hell, how do we get out of there? Because we can't do that. You guys are not, my understanding is that you guys are not willing to do one more thing to appease this record company. You have delivered a record.
We're not willing to do one more thing for Jeff.
There you have it. 'Tis the album.
And we said one of the issues on how to deal with it now is we gotta make that assessment. Do we have what we need to thread the eye of the needle? And then beyond that, it's what you talked about. The rest of it is marketing issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
cool.
Like I told you guys, if you do it in a thought-out way and you have people understand what you're trying to accomplish, which is, hey guys, we've delivered the record, you tell us you like the album, but you can't tell us what a single is. That's the problem. Here's what we think the singles are. If you agree, let's move forward. If you don't, why should we move forward? There's a tremendous amount of belief and passion in the music that's been delivered.
22 months after we began this album, we're finally finished, but not one person at the label thinks there's a song that's a single. It really seems that there's nobody at Island Def Jam who's passionate about us or our music.
He had a conversation with the head of business affairs for Island Def Jam. I said, look, the band felt that we should part ways. The band already feels uncomfortable. You're not the people that they signed with originally. It's been very difficult to get this album made. Kempler called Leor and said, look, it looks like we have a disagreement with this band and we're not going to be able to move forward.
I just don't know what to say. I have never in 20 years dealt with anything like this.
We've agreed with them way back in December, and now we're in almost May.
I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen anything like it.
And you've worked with them a lot. You've never even seen this from them, have you?
I've never seen anything like this. This is off the charts.
What would explain this?
Well, I don't even think it matters.
I'll tell you what would explain it. I don't think, quite frankly, I think that this is Jeff Fenster just being a douchebag. I think he told them to just put the slow boat on this.
Well, no, I think we agree with you on that. I think that makes perfect sense. There's no reason why that wouldn't be the case.
This is Jeff Fenster saying it, just torture them.
I think tomorrow you'll be the hell out of there, and that would be a good thing.
Well, it'll be a relief to everybody because you guys can start doing your jobs now.
And we can start eating.
Yeah, it's a little easier to do your job when you know you're off and independent.
That's it. We're off Island Def Jam. We always wanted to record Penny and Me. But when Fenster was in charge of the budget, he wouldn't let it happen. So it made sense to record a song that was outside of the hell that we had been living in.
It's gotta feel like you're about to break all of a sudden. You're like, this emotion is overwhelming you. And then, so that when it goes to that one section, it just, wow!
It's always pay me tonight. Cause pay me like to roll windows down. Until the radio push the pedal to the ground. And pay me like to gaze at starry skies. Close our eyes, pretend to fly. It's always pay me tonight. Say, oh, oh, pay me
Yeah, that was a real good take. Excellent.
We looked at signing with a lot of labels, but we were really reluctant to get back into that broken system that we had been working in. No matter how good the offers were, or how good the people were, they may not be there in 6 months.
You can go the route of least resistance, and take your chances, you know what I mean? And just take your chances on your own, on what you feel,
Yeah.
That's the best way to go.
So the issue is, do we want to take a deal from somebody who will eventually step up because they'll need a finished album to get some billing? Or do we want to go out and make a P&D deal, distribute our own record, hire our own publicist, go directly to Clear Channel, Infinity, Emmis, and the other companies? Do you want to invest in the people that put you on electronic media and television? And do you want to invest in what it's going to cost to price and position your record when you do all that? And if you do you believe people are going to respond positively to the music that you made? I believe they're going to, or I wouldn't be here. Yeah. You guys believe you're going to because you're saying that's what you want to do. And I'm saying that I believe that we can do it in multiple countries and that the risk of recouping this money is lower than the risk of trying to get on a label who doesn't quite understand what this record is or who you guys are.
It's just so scary. Somebody make it easy, because at a certain point, another year of this, and I'm gonna just drive off a cliff. I mean, I'm literally gonna drive off a cliff. We're all living this thing where like this record has become this larger than all. It's consuming everyone's being.
It's become a monster that's eating away at our souls.
Whatever the decision is, we just have to just throw the gloves off, because there's nothing else to lose. I mean, we own it completely. There's no one in our way. If only thing killing us now is whether we're bold enough to do whatever we know we're supposed to do. And I don't really know exactly what the decision is with how we launch this record, but whatever the elements are, the only thing stopping us now is our courage to do it. I mean, really, there's nothing else to lose. Except, a lot of money.
Far right, perfect.
Move back, right down the middle. All down here, please. Right down the middle. Right down the front, please.
Well, we're very excited to be here. Thank you guys very much for coming out today. We've got a couple of things we're very excited about talking to you about.
Really, the main thing we're going to talk about, the official formation of our new label, 3CG Records.
It's the moment that a lot of people have been waiting for. It all got started back in 1997, just outside of Tulsa. And from there, they mbopped across the country. And you guys have your own label. You just said, forget everybody. You've gone off on your own and kind of just are making this magic.
It's not about saying forget everybody. I mean, we've always been a very grassroots kind of band.
Whether we'll stay technically independent forever, who knows what that'll hold. But right now, with the way the industry is, this is the most exciting thing that we've done.
After we started our own label, it was all on our shoulders. We had to hit the ground running to reconnect with our fans and introduce the world to the new music.
Sort of like this isn't kind of like the beginning, because we've grown so much. There's so much to draw from, and as a band, I think we're stronger than we've ever been.
That's the thing. It's like I do enjoy Japanese food, but like at this point in my day, I need a burger.
Record. We left our label, started our own label. I've gotten married and had a child. Our belief in what we do is the same. Who we are is, and our gut is the same.
That everybody understands, with a limited budget and 15 stations, that this is not the world's best set up record to accomplish what you guys think that you can accomplish on here.
George?
United States. I just want that accepted and clear here.
Accepted. And I think I can tell you're making it sound like we're expecting more than we are.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and everybody's expectations are in line.
Fully.
There's no question that the likelihood of having a hit these days, no matter who you are, is very slim right now because of consolidation of radio and because of the fact that the playlists are so small. How do we do this? How do we fight this battle? Do I cater to guys who I know just don't really care, or do I go to the ones that I know that actually will give it a chance and give them the opportunity to actually get a reaction?
Prove it.
What's an achievable goal with this record?
Achievable goal is we would get 15 stations. That's the real achievable goal, to get enough stations to really play the song, to see if it reacts, see if it could research, and then if it does, we could spread the story from there.
As we discussed, a lot of stations froze, didn't do any ads. Stations that I thought we'd have a really good shot at. Some of these guys you partnered up with don't care. What I'm seeing is that there was just a real arm twisting to get involved. And what's the point?
Steve, real quickly, tell me again what their story for dropping the record was. What?
They have no valid excuse, to be honest with you. No valid excuse. They just saw that DDS last week, we were down a couple spins, and he thought the record was over. And he said that the request had died
down. You know, I know some of these events you guys pay, do them, and you know, it's catch-22. If you don't do it, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Even though we were doing lots of promotions with radio stations, that just can't compete with the hundreds of thousands of dollars that major labels are paying to get airplay.
I just don't know. You're fighting against a bunch of jerks at radio who don't give a crap.
And that is
the problem is you've got a bunch of programmers who are roadblocks who won't accept you into their musical universe.
The real issue is that we've impressed on in such a massive level that we were really young. You need to impress on people that we're 23, 21, and 18. And the way you do that is to get people to react.
They're too cocky to ever openly say, I was wrong about what I thought of you.
I just realized the difference, the quintessential difference between the three of us: pessimist, optimist, realist.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I never realized that until now.
Yep.
I am a pessimist. The question is, do you keep asking the bully to beat you up?
No, you punch it back. You punch it back.
Only by the grace of God. Jordan thinks it might be the highest charting self-release album ever. And the single's still in the top 10. That is unbelievable. Oh my God. Aww. I don't even know what to say. Yes! We're the #1 independent release. And debuted at number 25, 37,500 units. We're #1 independent album in the world. No, in the United States, wait. Oh, not released in the entire world. Oh, yeah, sorry. I just did. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's like being thrown off a bridge with a jumping cord. The bungee cord, jumping cord. And it's so amazing. You're falling and falling and falling, and then you reach that point, and then you bounce back. We're speechless. Of course, in the history of bungee cord jumping, I'm sure there've been a lot of people just gone all the way.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. It's each children wild, the Father's hand, it slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you will cry, just look at them inside. You know they love you, and know they love you.
The truth is, nobody knows what the future holds for HANSON or for the music business. We just had to do something, because the current system is broken. Going on our own, there's no guarantee of success, but that's a chance we're willing to take.
I don't feel myself today, just a figure in a big monopoly game. Struggle is the price you pay. You get just enough just to give it away. I'm sinking but I'm floating away. Throw me a line so I can anchor my pain. The fabric is about to fray. The fabric is about to fray. Maybe you could take a look at yourself lately. Maybe you could take a look at yourself lately. Maybe you could take a look at yourself lately. Things keep coming, I keep wondering. I stop feeling the walls closing. Things keep coming, I keep stumbling. I stop feeling strong enough to break. I stop feeling strong enough to break. Been running through my mind today, scenarios to add to your hypocrisy. No one ever takes the blame, but everyone is searching for a cure to the pain. Nothing ever seems to change. Oh, nothing ever seems to change. We just play like broken records in a deaf man's charade.